In a quiet and peaceful neighborhood, a couple named Mike and Mmeso lived a life that many admired. Mike was known for his hard work and generosity, always ensuring his family had everything they needed. Mmeso, his loving wife, adored him and dedicated her days to caring for their young daughter Laura. Their evenings were filled with joy as Laura played and laughed, while her parents engaged in fun games. After putting Laura to bed, Mike and Mmeso would spend quality time together, chatting and sharing laughter, their bond unbreakable. One night, Mike held Mmeso's hand and whispered, "Do you know how blessed I am to have you?" Mmeso smiled playfully and replied, "Me too, you're the best husband in the world." Their love was so strong that people often whispered about how lucky Mmeso was to have married a man like Mike. One afternoon, Mmeso met up with her friends, Jane and Favor, at a small restaurant. As they sipped their drinks, Jane teased, "Mmeso, how are you still driving that old car?" Mmeso laughed it off, saying her car was just fine. Favor rolled her eyes and said, "With a rich husband like Mike, you shouldn't be struggling. If you don't spend his money, another woman will." Mmeso shook her head, insisting she and Mike were happy without extravagant things. But Jane and Favor exchanged glances, planting seeds of doubt in her mind. "If another woman comes into his life, will you still be happy?" Jane asked, her words lingering in Mmeso's thoughts long after she left. That evening, Mmeso returned home in a strange mood. Mike noticed immediately and asked, "My queen, what's wrong? You look troubled." Mmeso forced a smile and brushed him off, but her silence during dinner spoke volumes. Mike sat alone in the living room, wondering what had changed between them. Meanwhile, Jane and Favor celebrated their manipulation, laughing about how Mmeso's perfect life would soon crumble. "She's too naive to see what's happening," Jane sneered, clinking her glass with Favor's. Days later, tragedy struck when Mike was involved in a terrible accident. Mmeso rushed to the hospital, her heart pounding with fear. When she saw Mike unconscious, his legs badly injured, she broke down in tears. The doctors delivered devastating news. Mike might never walk again. Mmeso tried to stay strong, but the weight of caring for him, their home, and Laura began to crush her spirit. The once vibrant man she married was now confined to a wheelchair, dependent on her for everything. To make matters worse, Mike lost his job shortly after the accident. His best friend, Sam, visited and tried to encourage him, saying, "Don't lose hope, Mike. God still has a plan." But Mike felt helpless, watching his life fall apart. Meanwhile, Mmeso's frustration grew, and her friends continued poisoning her mind. "Why are you wasting your life?" Jane asked during one of their meetups. "You're young and beautiful. You deserve better." Favor added, "Use the money Mike gave you to start fresh, buy a luxury car, attract a better man." Mmeso, overwhelmed by their words, made a reckless decision. She used the money Mike had given her for investments to buy a flashy car, posting pictures online with the caption, "New Beginnings." When Mike confronted her, she snapped, "I've sacrificed enough. I deserve to enjoy my life." Their argument escalated, leaving Mike heartbroken. Soon, Mmeso began seeing Chuka, a wealthy man Jane and Favor introduced her to. He made her feel alive again, unlike Mike, who now seemed like a burden. One evening, Sam spotted Mmeso with Chuka at a bar and immediately told Mike. Devastated, Mike confronted Mmeso, but she coldly declared, "I want a divorce. This marriage is over." Mike pleaded, "Think about Laura. Give me time. I'll walk again." But Mmeso had already made up her mind. As she walked away, Mike sat alone, staring at their family photo, tears streaming down his face. Meanwhile, Mmeso leaned against the bedroom door, her phone lighting up with a message from Chuka. But deep down, guilt gnawed at her. Had she made a terrible mistake? What would happen to Laura? And would Mike ever recover from this betrayal? The story is far from over. Will love and forgiveness prevail, or will betrayal destroy their family forever? Stay tuned for the shocking twists that lie ahead. If you enjoyed this story and want to see what happens next, don't forget to like, comment, continue the story, and subscribe for the next thrilling chapter.